Well, a little different there. J-Mac coming live here with you tonight. Joined by one bro, another one just joined, Sarge. We're going to do something a little different tonight. I know we shake it up in the show sometimes. We're going to shake it up tonight too. We're going to do this show completely radio style. No cameras. We're just going to talk to you like we're talking microphones on a radio. And I think this is the only show that'll work with, to be honest, just because it's in the name. It's the Four Bros Radio Show. And that's how we started. When Sarge and I started this project, it was supposed to be a radio show. Then we went live, and it was fine. But Sarge, let's kick it old school on this one, huh? Let's go completely radio style. What do you think?
Hey, let's do it. Like I kind of like your guys' avatar right now.
Yeah, I have no idea why that's my avatar. I don't really like that much.
Yeah, I think somehow when Dave switched his, it switched to all of ours. So I don't know how to switch it back.
I don't really know how to do that either. I'm trying to look it up right now, but that's okay.
So does that mean you guys got badges as well?
We got what as well?
You got badges as well?
I guess we got honorary badges, I guess. Yeah, sure. Why not? But joining me tonight, you heard Sarge is there, and Big B's here as well. How you doing tonight, brothers?
Hey, I'm doing good. Just got off work. My Friday is normal, so got the next couple days off. We're getting ready for rain and snow next couple days, so we'll see how Minnesota reacts.
Yeah, well, we got snow yesterday, so let me tell you something. You know why it snows in November, right?
Why is that?
Because the stupid assholes that put up Christmas stuff in November.
Yeah, there needs to be a stop to that. God.
That's why it snows in November. So we had snow yesterday, and I'll tell you a funny story. Tell you a funny story here is Thursday. I think it was Thursday. Jennifer and I were talking about, I probably need to bring some wood in the house because we pretty much heat the house with a fireplace.
Okay.
A wood fireplace, and I'll tell you, it's warm as hell. Like everyone is always like, why is your house so cold? And then an hour later, they're like, can you turn the heat down a little bit? But long story short on that, we were talking about bringing wood in the house and when it needed to be done. And I was like, well, I'll do it this weekend. And I picked Sunday. I'm like, I think I'm going to do it Sunday. Well, Saturday, I get up, the sun's out, and it's probably, it's not real warm, but it's probably 50 degrees outside. But it's not raining. So I'm like, shit, I'm going to go out and get the wood today. So I go out there, get the kindling done, get the whole bin of wood, bring it in the house, stack it all next to the fireplace. Wake up Sunday morning, and it's snowing. So long story short, I'm glad I did not procrastinate on that.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought maybe the story was going to turn to where your wife questioned you on. Well, did you say you're going to do that Sunday and not today, or something like that? That's where I thought the story was going. But yeah, good thing you had second thoughts, I guess.
Right. I mean, the kids didn't really like it because they're like, well, we don't want to help. And I'm like, do you want to help today or do you want to help tomorrow when it's probably going to rain? And then it ended up snowing and they ended up helping today. So on Saturday. So they much rather would have been helping on Saturday for sure. Get it done. All right. Well, tonight I figured we are going to do something just slightly different. I'm going to run through the final scores of everything for tonight. Something Sarge and I have done before on a Saturday morning. We need to bring that back when we can. But the NBA had some games tonight. We had the Nuggets beat San Antonio 115-109. Washington beat the Hornets 108-100. Rockets beat the Magic 134-127. The Pistons beat the Thunder 112-103. Pacers beat the Pelicans 129-122. The 76ers beat the Suns 100-88. The Hawks beat the Bucks 117-98. The Blazers beat the Miami Heat on a last-second shot from Damian Lillard 110-107. The Bulls kept their winning ways up there at 111-97 over the Raptors. Boston beat the Grizzlies 109-106. The Knicks beat the Timberwolves tonight 120-107.
Jeez.
The Mavericks beat the Nets 94-96. The Warriors, the Kings held with them the whole game, but the Warriors pulled it out in the end 116-113. The Jazz went in and obliterated the Lakers 139-116. The biggest loss of the night went to the Lakers. They lost by 23 points. That was the biggest defeat of the night. And then the Clippers beat the Cavaliers 119-117. 23-point loss for the Lakers. We all relishing in this right now? The Lakers are not good.
I mean, it sucks for the young guys, that are trying to, make a career out of, their skills and stuff. But, I mean, yeah, we're relishing it because LeBron's ego and, trying to make these super teams everywhere he's at. So, yeah, I mean, relishing in it, but then yet, kind of sorry for the young guys that are coming into that mess.
Yeah, for sure. What are your thoughts, Sarge?
I would kind of agree with Big B there, but like we kind of saw this last year, like the Lakers were going downhill with that. So I am totally with Big B on that one. I'm kind of happy that they're losing.
Yeah, I think everyone is in. It's just one of those things that it's kind of like Alabama losing in college football. It's better for everybody. So, in my opinion, Alabama's all the way down to number 10, by the way, in the college football standings. So that's a good thing. What else do we have tonight? We had NHL. You guys want to talk hockey? I'm always down for talking hockey.
Yeah, let's go.
We don't have mess around here stopping us tonight to talk hockey. So we had the Calgary Flames and the New York Islanders go to overtime. The Islanders pulled it out 4-3. Dobson scored in overtime to rally. The Islanders passed the Flames. Now, the Flames were winning 3-1 after the second period. So going into intermission after the second period, Flames up 3-1. And the Islanders come out in the third period. They score a goal. Lee scores a goal with 10:08. I'm sorry. Palmieri scored a goal at 11:07, and then Lee scored a goal at 10:08. So they scored two times in less than a minute to tie it up. And then no one scored for the last 10 minutes of the game. And then in overtime, Dobson got a power play goal, and that put the Islanders ahead 4-3. That puts them at 8-5 in their 5th place in the Metropolitan Division. The Calgary Flames drop a tough one. They're 5-4-2, and they're now 5th in the Pacific. So shots on goal, Calgary shot 46 times in this game. And the Islanders shot 32.
So between the two of them, they almost had as many as, or just a little bit more than what Patrick Mahomes threw yesterday in the football game.
Yeah, we're going to get to that too, but that'll be a topic for a minute.
Yeah.
Then in the NHL, we had the Boston Bruins against the St. Louis Blues, not the Vancouver Blues. It's the St. Louis Blues. And Boston won 3-1. They're 11-2, 11-2-0 this year. They've won 7. The Blues have lost 7 straight games. The Bruins are on a roll. They had goals from DeBrusk scored in the first period. I got my glasses on so I could be able to read this stuff. Bergeron scored in the 3rd period. And Frederick scored in the 3rd period, and then the lone goal for the Blues was scored by Sheen there. Shots on goals there. St. Louis only took 26 shots on goals, and Boston took 37. So Boston is 11-2, Boston Bruins 11-2. Does that surprise you guys to start the season?
A little. I mean, they're not. They were such a big team. Like I want to say about 5 or 10 years ago, they were NHL's team, but they've fallen off, and they're kind of reverting back to who they were.
Yeah, I think hockey is one of those sports where it's definitely a game of streaks and who's hot and who's not. So I mean, they probably just got onto a hot streak to start the season off. I mean, we'll see where they finish at the end of the year, but hockey's one of those sports where you can get on, get a couple lucky bounces here and there and, find yourself on the winning end.
All right, well, we had one more game tonight. It was the Edmonton Oilers against the Washington Capitals. And as we know, the Washington Capitals have been in the news because Alex Ovechkin set the record for most goals with one team with the Washington Capitals. So hats off to Alex Ovechkin. Honestly, one of the greatest of all time. We all know that Gretzky's the greatest hockey player of all time. Ovechkin to me is top 3. I don't know about you guys, but he is a top 3 player for me all time, Alex Ovechkin. So you had the Capitals pulling it out 5-4, which puts them at 6-6. That drops the Edmonton Oilers to 7-6. The goals were scored. First period, Strome scored, and then he scored again in the second period. So he had 2 goals. He had the first 2 goals of the game. McDavid then scored for the Oilers. Kuzentov scored for the Capitals. Nugent Hopkins, there's a name for you. He scored for the Oilers, and then Ovechkin scored for the Capitals, so he added to that total. Draisaitl scored for the Oilers. Then Kuzmatov scored again for the Capitals, and then Nugent Hopkins scored again for the Oilers. So 3 different guys had 2 goals in this game.
Nice.
Shots on goals, Edmonton had 29, and Washington had 31. So relatively low as far as the shots on goal went there. And your guys with the most penalty minutes was Murray for the Oilers. He got called for high sticking twice, and Kuzentov scored 2 goals and spent 6 minutes in the penalty box, twice for cross-checking and once for high sticking. So that is your final. That's your finals in the NHL. Any thoughts on that game, guys?
Sounds like a lot of action, a lot of scoring. Like you said, though, the shots were down. So, it might have been a good game to see, with the penalties and stuff, what kind of action it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we had. Go ahead.
I was going to say, sorry, I have a little delay, but I would say like you could probably tell it was probably a good physical game with that one with the cross checking going on.
Yeah, and then we did have an NFL game tonight. It was a snooze fest. I mean, there was some scoring, but it really wasn't as an exciting a game as everyone made it out to be with the score the way it was. The Ravens played the Saints. The Ravens pulled it out 27-13 in the end. And the reason I say it was a snooze fest is, Lamar Jackson, he threw for 133 yards. That's not much action. Andy Dalton threw for 210, so a little more action. But when you're down, they were down 27-6, so you're going to throw the ball. That's what you're going to do. The leading receiver for the Ravens was Isaiah Likely, and he had 2 catches for 26 yards.
What a last name.
Yeah.
Good thing his first name ain't like Shirley Likely or something. I mean,
right. And Lamar Jackson only had 12 completions in this game. To 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He hit 10 different receivers for the 12 completions. So Likely had Likely had 2 catches and everyone else had 1.
Jesus.
Yeah. So there goes that. Women's basketball started tonight. So did men's.
Oh,
so
did it?
Want to make sure we shout them out, and we want to make sure that we college. Yes.
Yeah.
Want to just shout out a couple of teams in women's basketball. You don't normally see these scores in men's basketball. Everything's a little more evenly distributed, but in women's basketball, you get some lopsided scores.
Yeah.
So Florida State played Bethune-Cookman. They beat Bethune-Cookman 113-50.
Ouch.
It was even worse in Nebraska and Omaha. So Nebraska played Omaha University. Think about how that game's going to go. Nebraska's ranked 22nd in the country, and they played in NAIA school in Omaha University. Nebraska won that game 100-36.
Jeez.
I know it's a big deal for these smaller schools to play these bigger schools, and it's pretty much a money grab for the smaller schools. But I don't understand these big schools, and even in football, why they play these little schools and just demolish them. I don't get what the. I mean, I guess it's the reps, it's the actually game time stuff. But I can't think it's that fun to be demolishing these schools like this.
All right. Well, I got 3 more for you, just so that you can keep going off on that. That's fine. Oregon was ranked 20th in the country. They played Northwestern, so an actual Division I school. It's not like they played a slouch.
Yep.
But Oregon ranked 20th in the country, played Northwestern, and beat Northwestern 100-57.
God.
So the 2 others that I found that were just ridiculous. LSU. I actually had to look this other school up because I had never heard of it. So LSU was ranked 16th in the country. They played Bellarmine University.
Ooh.
Exactly. Bellarmine University is a school. They're the Bellarmine Knights.
Okay.
And they are out of Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So they are an NAIA school as well. And LSU beat them 125-50.
Yeah.
And there's one more, which is the worst loss of the night endured by any team for tonight's sake. Number 1, South Carolina.
Oh, God.
Played East Tennessee State. Okay, are we ready for this one?
Yep.
I hope East
Final-
Tennessee State won.
Yeah.
That'd be
They fell
something.
short. Yeah.
They fell just, you know how Bob, Harry Doyle says just a bit outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just missed winning this game. So South Carolina had 101, and East Tennessee State had 31.
Jesus. Oh my God.
So East Tennessee State scored 6 points in the first quarter, 6 points in the second quarter. The score at halftime was 55-12, by the way. Then they scored 13 in the third quarter, so they only were down 12 additional points, and then they only scored 6 in the fourth. So
Wow.
What are those halftime adjustments, or what's the coach saying at halftime when you're just one? I mean, obviously, any given team can win, but when you're just getting beat like that, I mean, what's the coach saying at halftime?
I know what I would be saying. I know what my pep talk would be. I'd go into halftime and be like, they'd be like, Coach, what are we going to do? And I'd be like, well, we're going to lose.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're in striking distance, I mean, you're down. What'd you say? 30 some points at halftime. I mean,
yeah, they were down 55-12 at halftime.
Yeah, so I mean, you're not too far off, but I mean, the fourth quarter comes around and you're down 60. It's like, okay, Coach, what are we going to do here? I mean,
yeah. So in the fourth quarter, by the way, South Carolina outscored them 21-6. But that's not the big story of the fourth quarter. They outscored them 21-6 in the fourth quarter. However, they pulled all of their starters with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter and scored 3 points the rest of the game and still won by 70.
jeez.
So, yeah, there's that. The leading
That's
scorer
crazy.
for the leading scorer for East Tennessee had 7 points.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about, and I know we're talking college, but did you guys see the high school football game that turned out to be a forfeit at halftime when the winning team was up like 96 to nothing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're talking about it being that one school, Sycamore too. The one that wasn't really a high school.
Yeah.
They're talking about it being that, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Couple other things to talk about tonight. So Patrick Mahomes last night on Sunday Night Football. Does anyone happen to know, by the way, without looking it up, what the NFL record is for completions in a game?
I'm going to say
Completions in
36.
the game?
36.
Completions in the game.
Sarge, you might be close. I'm gonna go a little bit above that. I think we're in the 40 range.
I will tell you last night that Patrick Mahomes had 43,
Jeez.
Wow.
and he did not set the record.
Okay.
So the record in a NFL game for completions in a game was set by Drew Bledsoe
Oh, I wouldn't even guess that.
in 1994 for the New England Patriots. He had 45 completions in a game.
Wow. If you would have gave me the year, I would have said like Marino, Elway, or Favre.
And do you happen to know what the record is for attempts in a game?
76.
Well, yeah, you got to be in the 70s if Bledsoe threw 40 some completions.
It's 71.
Wow.
Last night, Patrick Mahomes threw the ball 68 times.
God.
So
What? 12-ish incompletions?
Yeah, so Drew Bledsoe was 45 of 71 in the game. He set the record in. He was 45 of 71 for 439 yards. Last night, Mahomes was 45 of 68, and I want to get this right, so I'm going to look this up real quick. 45 of 68 for, I believe it was 400. I know it was 400 yards. So 400 something yards. Yeah, my phone is acting up here. All right. And by comparison, by the way, in case anyone's wondering what Malik Willis did. So Mahomes was 43 of 68 for 446 yards. And then all he did was led his team in rushing and tacked on another 63 running. Juju Smith-Schuster had 10 catches along with Travis Kelce. They both had 10 receptions in the game. 2 receivers with 10 catches. That's insane.
Yeah.
So another 63 running. After Mahomes and rushing, so Mahomes had 6 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. Edwards-Helaire was second on the team in rushing, and he had 4 carries for 5 yards.
Yeah, good thing I didn't have him on fantasy.
Then we go over to the Tennessee side. We all know who is going to be the star on the Tennessee side of the game, correct?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Derrick Henry rushed for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. Big shock there. I know no one's really shocked.
Yeah.
Malik Willis had 5 completions.
Jesus.
He was 5 of 16 in the game.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And they have pretty decent receivers. I mean, young guys,
Yep.
but they got decent ones.
Yep. So the vast difference, 43 of 68, and then for 5 of 16.
Yeah. That's a quarter for some teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a question speaking of that game, and I was thinking about this yesterday as I was driving home, and they were just going into overtime. Kansas City wins the coin toss. Do you elect I mean, you know what the numbers are. We know what the numbers are, but, and you got a rookie quarterback. I would have kicked the ball out to the rookie quarterback to give him see what he could do, especially if he's only passed 16 times.
I'd have done the same thing.
Yeah, I would have. Sorry?
Because I
don't know, because it kind of brings me back to when, like, between the Broncos and the Steelers, when when Tebow was the quarterback, and he threw that one perfect pass for the Broncos in that playoff game. So I get
what you're saying, Sarge.
I would agree with you guys probably, but I was unable to watch the game because the channel was out, but everything else was working, so I was unable to see what was really happening.
Yeah, from listening to the game and watching what I did at work, I would have and seeing some of the stats, I would have kicked off the ball and hey, if you can beat me with one play, great. If not, I'm stuffing you. Because it sounds like outside of Henry, Tennessee didn't do nothing.
They didn't.
Yeah.
Couple more things on the NFL. So here's one. The Buccaneers did come back and win yesterday, led by Tom Brady. But I heard a stat in this game, and I had to look it up to be sure. But the Buccaneers are on pace to set an NFL record this year. That NFL record that they're on pace to set is for the fewest rushing yards by a team in NFL history for a season.
Really?
The Bucs, after yesterday's game, and I believe yesterday's game they ran for 40-ish yards. I want to look that up to be sure. But coming into yesterday's game, they were only averaging 60.1 yards a game on the ground.
Wow.
60. Yeah. And yesterday they ran for a grand total of 51 yards.
That team's just, in a mess
So-
right now. Don't know what they're doing.
So that means that after yesterday's game, that dropped their yearly per game average to 59.2 yards a game. You're talking about a team that in a 17 game season may not rush for 1,000 yards as a team.
And
That's
yeah,
crazy.
they're gonna be at what, like 17 something?
No, so 17 weeks.
Oh.
They might be a little over that. A little over.
Not
1,000.
17. They're probably going to be. I meant to say like 700 to 800 yards a game by the end of the
Yeah.
year.
So you go 59 yards a game. Let's just say 59 to make it even.
Yeah.
If they ran for 59 yards a game through 17 weeks, they would run for 1,003 yards as a team.
Jeez.
So
Wow.
so that's interesting on that. And they're 4-5 and in first place. So that's kind of crazy. The AFC East is becoming the best division in football. Who would have saw that after Tom Brady leaving the Patriots? But every team in that division has a winning record. The Patriots are in fourth place at 5-4.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Christy Wilson says a forfeit. Damn. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
she's talking about.
No, the high school game we brought up.
Oh, the high school game. Sorry. Yeah, it's been 9 minutes, so that makes sense. Yeah. Then,
Well, I mean, honestly, I would say the NFC North is pretty good division myself. I mean,
there's one
Really?
team with a winning record.
I'm only messing. I don't
Oh,
want to be
my
called
goodness.
a hater. I don't want to be called a hater. I just, I mean, granted, I don't have a degree, so I shouldn't talk sports, but,
Well, here's all I'm gonna say on the NFC North and the whole Packers situation. I agree with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, who is a diehard Packer fan, he made a great tweet yesterday that I think everyone should pay attention to. And his tweet was, "Man, this season's done. We
Yep.
should have traded 12 away before the season while we could have got something for him."
Yep.
He's not wrong, but I still think you're going to get something for him if they decide to trade him next year.
Okay, I get
Or
that.
the
And
offseason.
but
Well,
you know
the
what?
I'm going to say, if you do that, then the value won't be as high as it is at right now.
Right, and I'm going to agree with Sarge
Yeah.
on this. Sarge
No,
got a
and I
hold-
do agree.
Sarge messaged me yesterday after the NFL games, and I have to say this, not to call him out, but he made a good point. I can at least tell you who the problem is in Green Bay. And everyone's sitting here saying it's the defense, it's the receivers, it's all that. No,
It's the ownership.
it's number 12.
Yeah. He just, I saw, they were showing the pre-warm-ups and stuff. He just didn't seem there. He was just like throwing, you just see him throwing the ball and, didn't have a blink or anything. I mean, you could tell he's not there.
I don't know what it is, but
Sure.
he's 3-6 since he dropped acid in Costa Rica. So,
Yeah.
let's make sure we don't forget about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said this earlier in the beginning of the season. This is like the farewell tour for number 12.
For both of them, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brady had a comeback yesterday and put them at 4-5 and right back in the playoff race, but
But the Rams aren't playing that good either, though. I mean,
they didn't beat a very good team. And they're not going to – if you can't run the ball in the playoffs, you're not going to win a game.
Nope.
So the way they're running the ball, they're not going to go very far in the playoffs, and that's just kind of the way it's going to be. So switch gears real quick, and we're going to go over to baseball. I know it's the offseason, and the Astros won the World Series. I don't want to talk about the Astros winning the World Series because I know how everyone feels, and I don't really want to go there. So congratulations to the Astros. They won the World Series. Let's give them the congrats on that.
Yep.
I do want to ask you guys some questions about that, though. So I just want to name some names, and you tell me where you think these guys are going to end up. On what team?
Minnesota.
For 1 year.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny that you say that because the first name that came up was Carlos Correa.
For me, it's tough because he's not wrong in what he said in the Minnesota media, saying that he's a product, and if you want it, you're going to spend it. You're going to pay for it. So he's not wrong in that asset. And I know a lot of people is like, he needs to go. His ego's there. I really hope Minnesota resigns him. But I think he's going. I think you'll see him in LA.
LA, so Dodgers, is that what you're going with?
Yeah, I'm going to go Dodgers.
Ooh.
I really hope I'm wrong, and I really hope he stays in Minnesota.
But he had a player option, though. That's his contract.
Yep. We signed him for 1 year. It was a 3-year deal. We signed guaranteed 1 player option for the next 2. So he opted out, and he said Minnesota wants me, and he said he wants to stay here, but he also said that he's a product and everybody's going to have to pay for it, So.
Give me Toronto.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay. All right. Jacob deGrom.
Does the IR count?
I was going to say that also.
No.
DeGrom.
DeGrom.
Man, I think he's going to re-sign with the Mets.
Okay.
He's going to take the subway and go to the Yankees.
Because he's from where? Anaheim? No. I don't think he's an LA guy. I think he stays with the Mets.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one, Dansby Swanson.
If Cabrera doesn't sign with the Twins, I can see him ending up here.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
he's not bad in the field. I mean, I know his hitting is not there, but Twins always like those, good to decent shortstop guys. So, I can see the Twins.
In the field, he's top 5 in the league.
Yeah,
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, so I can see the Twins making a move on Swanson.
I think he'll stay where he's at.
Okay. So this one was just a development yesterday, but I got to get your opinion on it. Carlos Rodon.
Ooh.
Pitcher for
the Giants that opted out yesterday.
Yeah. He could probably I don't know what their money value is, but possibly stay in the division and go to the Padres.
I think he goes to the Padres.
I'm going to be a homer. I think he could end up here in Seattle due to the fact that what Seattle has going right now.
That could make good sense there, Sarge.
Okay. All right. Here's an interesting one. I don't think this is one anyone's thinking about, but it's a good player who could really help a team. Josh Bell.
Ooh.
Oh. God, if I was a Twins right now, I'd be calling him to play first base. You're right, though. He could help a lot of teams.
He's a good bat. He's a solid fielder. I mean, he's not going to hit 40 homers, but he's going to hit 25, and he's very solid in the field. So he could.
I think Padres keep him.
Yeah.
Yep, I got to go with Big B on that one. Yeah.
But if I'm the Twins, I'm making a phone call, and get rid of Sano.
All right. Let's do two more. Let's do Wilson Contreras.
Ooh. St. Louis?
Wow, you think he goes to St. Louis? Okay.
They need a good catcher. I mean, Molina's gone. I mean, I think that's the only team that jumped out that really needs, a catcher besides the Cubs now. But
any thoughts?
He stays.
Sarge? He stays?
He stays. Yep.
All right. Last one. Let's see, who should we pick? Trey Turner.
he kind of plays everywhere for the Dodgers, right? Or is he just strictly outfield? Or am I thinking? I'm thinking Bellinger.
You think Bellinger? Yeah. Trey Turner's a shortstop by trade.
Oh, shortstop. Okay. Well, if you guys lose Swanson, possibly Atlanta.
That is what everyone is saying, that if we lose Swanson, we're going to get Trey Turner. And Trey Turner is actually from Mississippi, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that he's going to stay with LA because he'll have a better chance winning another ring.
Ooh.
You shut your mouth.
No, I won't shut my mouth.
That's why he won't go to Seattle. That's for damn sure.
Don't need him.
Don't need him.
Yeah. All right. Well, that ends that. The two of you are here tonight. Should we? Yeah. Let's do a trivia since you guys are here.
All right. And I'm glad you stayed away from Judd.
Judge, I just don't want to really. I don't want to talk about that one.
No,
I saw that he went to yeah, the internet's saying he's going to Savannah Bananas. It's actually on Twitter and everything.
Okay, cool. I don't really, yeah. So let's see. What should we do tonight for a game? For a trivia. Let's do potpourri. So let's just do anything that comes up.
All right, you do it.
So you guys ready? And we'll just do it like Jeopardy style. Like you just say your name, and we'll see who gets
Say
it
my
first.
name. Say my name.
First question is, and this is just general trivia question. So could be sports, could be literature, could be movies, could be anything.
Whoa, literature. I don't know what that is.
What profession does a fumbolist do?
Sarge,
Yes?
do they take blood?
No.
Oh, that's the other one.
I'll throw out a guess there, and just because we're dark 30, I'm going to go that route. They take semen.
No, I didn't think it was going that direction, but no. A funambulist walks on a tightrope.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought Sarge was going to say somebody that fumbles a lot.
Yeah, right. On a dartboard, what number is directly opposite to the number 1?
Brandon.
Yes,
Uh,
Big B.
1. Oh, uh, God dang it. 16.
No.
Sarge,
I think
I'm going to say
Sarge?
2.
No,
Nope.
it's not. It's 19.
Ah, dang it.
Yep. Next question is Area 51 is located in which U.S. state?
Sarge,
Sarge,
Nevada.
you got that one right. You know how many times I've asked that in a trivia competition and people swore to me it was New Mexico? Yeah, no, it's Nevada.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I would have said Washington, D.C.
Huh? Here's a true or false. So first one to ring in. A scientific study on peanuts in granola bars, protein bars, such. So study on peanuts in those bars found traces of over 100 specimens of urine.
God. Oh,
What trivia are you looking up?
I'll go false. That can't be right.
It is false. You got that one, Brandon. That was a
I
good
almost
question.
stopped eating peanuts after that because I love eating peanuts. And if you would have told me true, I would have stopped eating them.
That's why they're so salty.
All right. Oh, here's a good one. What company owns the most real estate in the continental United States?
Ooh, which company?
Sarge,
Sarge.
I'm going to say Fish and Wildlife.
No.
Ooh, good guess. Oh God, I'm trying to think of the company name that owns a lot of restaurants. I'll go McDonald's, but that's not what I was thinking of.
Well, you should be glad you went McDonald's because that's the right answer.
Oh wow, I was thinking the one that partnered up with like Burger King and KFC and Taco Bell were the ones I was thinking of.
Yeah. It is McDonald's. So Sarge or Big B's
Wow.
up 2-1. What is the world's most expensive spice by weight?
Oh. Sarge,
Sarge.
Spice Girls.
That was good.
That's what I was gonna say, Sarge. God. I'll go ginger.
No, it's saffron.
Oh,
That's not a Spice Girl.
Spice Girls. Oh boy.
True or false? The sum of all the numbers on a roulette wheel equals 666.
I'm going to say Sarge and say that's true.
And Sarge would be correct. That is true. And Let's go. So it's 2-2. I don't want to make it too difficult. Here's a good one. True or false? There are 86,400 seconds in one day.
Oh God, can't do math that quick.
81,000.
There are 86,400 seconds in one day. True or false?
I'm gonna say Sarge and say that's true.
Sarge, that is true.
Oh,
It's divisible by
24.
I don't know how I. Yeah, it's divisible by 4. Come on.
All right, let's keep going. We're doing all right. 3-2, Sarge. Let's do a couple more questions. What was Mountain Dew's original slogan?
Oh, Sarge.
Yeah, Sarge.
Oh crap! Nope. Just do it. Nope. I'm gonna beat myself once I hear it.
yeah, just do it came to me too, and I know that's not right. I'm gonna pass.
The original slogan for Mountain Dew was Yahoo, Mountain Dew, it'll tickle your innards.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
That was when it was founded, like back in 1968, something like that.
Oh, when it was really bad for you. Okay.
Right. Right. Couple more. If you planted this, no, not that one. How many notes are there on a standard grand piano?
How many notes?
God, I know.
Sarge.
Sarge?
7.
Nope.
Must be talking keys.
I think it is talking keys, so we can skip that one. They said notes. I believe they
52?
meant keys. It's 88, so they were talking
88.
keys.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Who led 900 followers in a mass suicide in 1979?
Oh crap! What is his name?
In 79.
Mm-hmm.
It was in a different country, wasn't it?
Actually, it wasn't.
Was it Waco?
Oh,
No, 1979.
I wouldn't have.
You guys will hear the answer and you'll know who it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
Sarge,
Okay.
I'm gonna take a stab at this. I'm gonna say Charles Manson.
No. That's not far off though. It was actually
No.
Jim Jones.
That's okay.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's how you should remember that.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the guy's name of the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
The Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
Right. That one wouldn't be fair because I'm sure Sarge would get that one right away. The question was what science deals with the motion of projectiles?
Oh, I missile launching.
It's ballistics.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we never got that.
How many balls are on a pool table at the start of the game?
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
go ahead.
13.
No.
I'm gonna be one off. I know I am. I'll go 17.
Oh, you called it. You were one off too. It's 16.
Oh,
Dang it! It's 15 regular balls in the cue ball. God dang it!
Yep.
Oh, God dang it! And I played both darts and pool and screwed those up.
Well, Sarge might get this one too. What is the number one selling item at Walmart?
Ooh.
Oh.
Number one selling item at Walmart. Used to work there. What do I sell a lot of?
What year are these questions in?
I don't know, but it's still relevant. I can tell you it's probably still the right answer. Even today.
I'm going to say bananas.
It is bananas. Good job, Sarge. Bananas.
Yeah, that is good.
PLU 4011, by the way. If you work at Walmart,
Yep,
you'll never forget that. You'll never
Yep.
forget that PLU.
Yep.
All right.
I was thinking money orders for a while there. I'm like, oh, it did sell a lot of money orders, but
Right. All right. 2 more questions. Which mammal is known to have the most powerful bite in the world?
Oh.
mammal.
Man. Sarge is going to say the hippopotamus.
And Sarge would be correct. It is the hippopotamus.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah. I love those things.
I was thinking like tortoises or something.
All right. Last question is, what animal is known by the nickname sea cow? And no, mother-in-law is not the correct answer.
Wow. Which water animal? Is that what you said?
Yeah, which water animal is known as a sea cow?
Oh,
I'm gonna go whale.
no. It's sorry, you're wrong. It's like the they're like the white seals. They're like a porpoise or
It's close to that. It's a manatee.
manatee. That's what I was. Yeah.
All right.
Really?
And
Okay.
bonus question: what is the only mammal that can't jump? And again, mother-in-law is not the correct answer.
My
What's
wife.
the only mammal that can't jump? Ouch! I don't think I would have been bold enough to say that.
Which mammal can't jump? Well, I know I can't jump. I don't know. What mammal can't jump?
An
The
elephant.
bats. Oh,
An elephant,
Okay.
so mammal can't jump. All right, so that ends our trivia for tonight. We're going to go around and get final thoughts from the guys. I have one more quick stat to throw at you. We know that the Las Vegas Raiders have had a horrible season. They've given up 3 times this year. They've given up 17-plus point leads to lose the game. Okay.
Jesus.
What makes it even worse for them this last week is they did it to they gave the game back to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Correct? Does everyone remember that? Yeah.
Yep.
So the Jacksonville Jaguars in their team history before this game against the Raiders were 1-1-116 when falling behind by 17 or more points. So after playing the Raiders this week, they are now 2-116 when falling behind by 17 or more points. The other team that they beat when falling behind by 17 points was
the Oakland
Has to be
Raiders.
the Raiders.
the Oakland Raiders. Their only 2 wins by 7, coming back by 17 or more points, are against the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, that's funny.
So think about that. Big B, what do you got for us?
Thanks for Christy for commenting, and everybody for watching the show. Please keep commenting, keep sharing. This morning it's 1:00 my time, so 9 a.m. Central will be this second episode of Rank 'em with myself and Tim Hendricks.
Sarge?
I just want to say it's nice to be back on the show. And Christy, thank you for commenting. Make sure you guys go out and vote. And to all those veterans out there, happy Veterans Day.
All right. And just to give everyone an update, the $1.9 billion Powerball jackpot is still
In
not
my
revealed.
pocket.
It's still not revealed with the answer, so we're all going to have to wake up in the morning and find out if anyone won and how big the jackpot will be on Wednesday if they didn't. Good luck to you all. I know you all bought a ticket. So good luck to everyone. I hope you get that $1.9 billion, which translates in cash to $970 million. It's only $970 million. Let's not forget that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We hope you all have a great night. Lifelong dreams being lived in front of your very eyes. We could not do this without you, and we will see you all on the other side.